At least in Afghanistan, we had nippy nights.
It makes one yearn for rainy London.
This place, Champagne, did not mince words about it.
Keep your wits about you, Watson. We are inching closer to the heart of this mystery, however dark it may be. Hell's bells!
I told you to stay away, Doctor.
That he did, Holmes.
I rule these boys. No hiding from me here.
No case goes cold on my watch!
Settle down, boys. Our friends are as good as gone.
This is it, Watson. Our moment of truth.
Holmes, do you believe the sheriff? That we won't escape?
One cannot be hurt by superstition, Watson.
Look, Holmes. Fireflies.
You're rowing like a professional, Watson.
University of London Boat Club. Silver medalist, 1874. What was that, Holmes?
Whatever, or whoever it was, we should ready ourselves. Am I hearing drums?
Drums in the bayou? Holmes, I think I heard something swim underneath our boat.
Probably just a rotten log.
Did you hear that, Holmes? What do you see?
A shadow. Nothing more.
If you told me when I binned your paper that we'd end up fleeing the law in a rowboat through the Louisiana bayou...
I dare say you would have hardly been surprised. Is getting thicker, almost suffocating.
The stench of death. All too familiar now. with a rifle. I can shoot the ropes holding a few of those poor souls.
Come on, Watson, stay calm but be quick. An alligator has noticed us.
That's vicious.
That's nature, Watson. Let's try not to annoy them. That pier looks promising over there, Watson.
We're approaching the heart of darkness. This place gives me the shivers, despite the muggy night.
Ashmak dragged Arneson here. Ugh, the smell of burning flesh, just horrific.
Keep away from it, focus on our task, so we may soon leave all this behind.
Thankfully, it's not Arneson. The hand tied here was bleeding in 4 places. This had to have been Arneson. Both ends of the rope were cut cleanly. That's a lot of blood, but probably not enough to be fatal. The captive was dragged through hell. This is not Arneson, just another unfortunate soul. Thankfully, Arneson isn't among the dead. The bloody handprint on this stone lacks 4 fingers. The victim's left hand clawed at the soil. Sunken heels, the result of dragging a heavy body. A heavy weight scored impressions in the ground 1 inch deep. Days old and rotten. Damp and mouldy hay. The prisoners were kept like animals, slowly deteriorating under the gruesome treatment. The wood is swamp cypress, endemic to the area. The blood is dry. The axe has not been used for some time. A simple rope. This is how those poor people were crucified. The initials EA are embroidered with silk thread. The prisoner's clothes tossed aside. tracks lead behind the stone slab. Only this indentation was spared from blood. Blood was poured over someone, leaving a gruesome silhouette. A worn blade, but clean and without blood. Bowls filled with blood. Arneson was held captive in this cage until his abductors tied him to a cross and dragged him to the bonfire. Arneson was left hanging here for a while before being freed and led to the altar. At the altar, Arneson's captors performed a ritual on him and poured blood over his head. With Arneson now prepared, he was escorted to the sealed entrance. They used the mechanism with an indentation to open the passage. Heavy and covered in blood.
Damn it. Something is wrong with my lantern. Give me a minute.
I won't wait for you. I'm going in.
Woe betide those who take it. Walk away. Let the unknown be.
That's human skin, and still warm. What's happening? Deja vu, and not in a pleasant way. And now, axes? What on earth for? Now it is glowing, but why? Watson! There's that glow again. I hope that was all. I can't take any more.
At last, the lantern's working again. Holmes, I'm coming. Holmes? What are you doing, sitting in a place like this?
How did you get here? How did you get through the maze? Tell me, Watson.
What maze? I walked straight up to you. You saw me.
Do not lie to me, John. How did you get out?
Sherlock, what happened? Are you feeling all... Oh, heavens. Is that Arneson? Why didn't you mention him? Stay put. I must check if he is alive.
The unknown, beckoning, great word, lightning!
I should examine him before he has another seizure. Blunt trauma to the cranium, dilated pupils, lips moving without a sound. Severed fingers, the wounds are inflamed. Pulse is racing, 110 beats a minute. Cold sweat. 2, no, 3 ribs fractured. Arneson is delirious after all he's endured. We can't get him to the boat in a state like that. It's dangerous to us and him. Pokeweed berries, though they appear harmless, the whole plant is lethal. Pharmacopoeia, listing drugs, effects, and directions for use. Some kind of amanita mushroom, extremely poisonous. Odorless, watery, and hard to identify. This is Dwale, induces sleep and relaxation. Salvia divinora, provokes visual hallucinations. A gluey decoction. The smell is herby but sharp. It appears burnt, judging by the color. This should help soothe Anderson.
I need some fresh air.
Yes, please go. I'll be right behind you with Anderson. Perhaps you can prepare the boat.
Free me festering soul and let me feel. Eyes without purpose and now see the truth. Tear me mind from me flesh, score me festering soul. Phantoms of nothing, we are born to die, built in the eyes of our eldritch lord.
Free my festering soul and let me feel.
Oh, please, I wish to return. Free me, let me return. Free me and rejoice.
Eyes without purpose, I now see the truth. Tear my mind from my flesh.
Holmes? Are you all right? Here, let me help.
I'm fine.
Holmes? Sherlock! What the hell were you doing? He almost killed you!
I don't... You're right. Let's go, Watson.
Bon Dieu! Still among the living.
We are, though not for lack of trying by the sheriff.
Well, he'd been telling people you died in the swamp despite his trying to save you. Crooked man. Through and through. Wait, is that Mr. Arneson?
Yes, but he's not well. You know Lucy?
Belle from the Nymph? That I do.
Please bring her here. Mr. Arneson needs to see a familiar face if he's to have any chance of surviving.
Power of the heart. I get you. Wait here. Errol? Oh, Errol! Reckon we should give him space. Farewells are painful.
No, tell me that's not true.
Watson?
Mr. Arneson has endured a lot. Lost 4 fingers, a lot of blood, and some of his sanity. But with rest and tender care, he ought to survive those injuries, both physical and mental.
Thank you, Johnny. I'll take care of him. Thank you for bringing him home to me. We'll be all right.
Are you quite certain? Do you have the space? The resources?
I will stay with him at the mansion. It is not a burden to take care of your love.
His property is in quite a state. It may not be the best place for recuperation.
Hush now. Champagne will see it sorted.
Then it's settled. Hear that, Errol? Us living under one roof. Careful what you wish for. Oh, and champagne? I'm about sick of watching that sheriff run riot through New Orleans. We ought to talk.
Funny. I was just thinking that grub did nothing to save your man. Together, I reckon you, me, and Errol have the sway to make some changes round here.
I like the sound of that.
Holmes, our boat.
Oh, we must make haste. Farewell all. Take care.